Greetings Earthlings, my name is the Extraterrestrial, but you could call me Diego, where today I just got back from the theater from watching FNAF 2, the movie of course, and I wanted to make a quick review video since I haven't made one since I think it was Thunderbolts, I'm pretty sure. But for this movie in particular, I wanted to give my thoughts since I'm a pretty big fan of FNAF, so I feel like I needed an outlet to speak about this movie. So I watched the first movie when it dropped, of course, and I liked it. I knew why people had problems with the movie, like with Mike sleeping most of the damn movie and stuff like that. Like I understood the issues that the first movie had, but since I was such a big fan, I sort of didn't mind them that much, since I could just get lost in the movie and look out for the Easter eggs, see the characters finally on screen after the movie had been announced for like more than 8 years and no progress had been made, basically. So I was excited for the first movie to exist, so I was focused more on seeing FNAF on the big screen than I was focused on watching a good movie, which I understand how that could be a problem, because you see other movies and other games get better adaptations where it's not just made for the fans, but it's also something that other people can enjoy. And I see why people had their problems with the first FNAF movie, and even this one. You can say that it's made for the fans, but at the same time, don't fans deserve a good movie as well? Let me speak about the positives first though, because first off, the animatronics, of course, they look bigger, better. They're so detailed and they genuinely look amazing. Like, I had no idea how they would have translated them, because the animatronics in the first movie, they're all fuzzy, they're warm, they're cuddly, and they're very adorable. But the toy animatronics, they made them in a way that they're ripped from the games, and you tend to forget how big these animatronics are until you see them up close. And trust me, I know I played VR, and it's not the same thing to seeing them moving next to humans than just seeing them go after somebody that's in first person. They're generally very scary. Toy Chica has always been really scary for me, especially when she
is such a bad bitch though. I will the shit out of that robot, man. I'm not even.
When she takes off her beak, it's when she's scary. And sadly, she only takes it off one time in the movie, but when she did, it looked mad creepy. And the Wither animatronics look phenomenal. Oh my god, I wish they had more screen time because their designs are so good. Withered Bonnie, I wanted to see Withered Bonnie so much more, and sadly we didn't get to see that. And that's one of my issues with the movie. I feel like the animatronics, apart from Toy Chica and Puppet or the marionette, they didn't really get as much screen time as the ones in the first movie, which in a way I can sort of understand, because the animatronics in the first movie, it was a group of 4 animatronics, and if you count Golden Freddy, then 5. But here there's like, what, 10 animatronics that you have to worry about? I don't even know how many there are, but it's a lot. So I understand in a way why they couldn't give equal screen time to all the animatronics, but in a way they kind of feel underutilized in a movie that's about FNAF. But still, Puppet was a main player in this game, and I'm really glad, because Puppet is one of my favorite, if not my favorite, animatronic of all time. So this was a big thing for me, because I really got to enjoy Puppet's design, and I want a life-size statue of Puppet right now. So if Blumhouse or anybody can make that happen, I'm buying that shit day one. But now with my issues with the movie, I feel like the pacing in this movie is a little rushed. Like, you don't really get time to breathe. It's just moving things so quickly that you barely get any time to actually like process or take time to develop the characters a bit more. When it comes to Vanessa, Mike, and even Abby, I would say they feel a bit more one note this time around, because last movie we got to hang out with them quite a bit, but in this movie we don't really see them hanging out as much. We just see them deal with the situation that arises in this movie. And I feel like that's a problem, because I can't really say that I'm invested in these characters when I don't really know them that well. with the writing and the pacing that these two movies have, I come for the movies for the animatronics, not the characters, if that makes sense. Like, I'm not invested in the characters as much as I am in the animatronics themselves, which in a movie about Five Nights at Freddy's, I guess it makes sense, but the animatronics are not the main characters of these movies. It's Mike and Abby. Voice acting wise, the performances were great, even though Toy Freddy and Toy Bonnie got like 3-4 lines in the whole movie, while Toy Chica got to speak a bunch, where I have to ask Megan Fox, where was this level of dedication to the voice acting in Mortal Kombat? I'm just saying.
We can't help what we are. That we feed on blood doesn't make us evil.
You could barely tell that it's her unless you actually really listen. The same goes for Toy Bonnie as MatPat. Holy, that voice acting was genius. MatPat is the official voice for Toy Bonnie from now on. But yeah, the characters were so underutilized. The humans, we got to spend so much time with them, so they weren't underutilized in that sense, but they didn't really develop or do anything that I really cared for. I came to this movie to watch the animatronics, which I guess it makes sense, but they didn't really appear much in this movie, so you can't really forgive the sloppy pacing or the poor writing, which I'm sorry, but for the third movie, either hire more writers or do not hire Scott Cawthon as the main writer for these movies, because the writing in this movie was not good. Please consider hiring more writers or just not letting Scott Cawthon write the next movie. And I'm sorry, I do have to, this is more of a nitpick, and I'm gonna end it up with this, but they kept marketing this movie as it's borderline PG-13. It almost made it to an R rating, but I did not get the sense of that watching the movie. The kills were not good. The kills, I feel like, were actually more censored and safe than the ones in the first movie, but I might be remembering the first movie wrong, so I'm not sure. But yeah, I'm just gonna give this movie a 6 out of 10 for now. It was fun. It was a fun experience, but we need a good movie apart from a fun experience. So I'm gonna stick with that 6 out of 10 and just let it be. And I'll be back for another review for FNAF 3 when it eventually comes out. So if you guys enjoyed this video, be sure to leave a like before you go. Subscribe if you want to see more videos from me, and hit the bell notification icon so that you get notified every time I post a new video. Stay safe, stay weird, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye guys.